need money, this a triple threat. Really started with nothing, had to manifest. If you don't know your worth, they gon' give you less. Why they envy me? Cause I'm the best. MVP. My legacy is how they remember me. And I know success brings you enemies.
And we back for another episode of the Triple Threat Podcast. A very special episode.
Yes.
With a good friend of mine.
This is going to be a good one.
I'm going to get back to his name after this. But I'm MVP Vic, a.k.a. Vic Gurley.
It's your boy Chris Bruce, a.k.a. Detroit Mogul.
And over here we have Marcus, a.k.a. Chicken George, a.k.a. BK. What is it? 609?
609.
Is that it?
Hold on, I got a question. What does 609 stand for?
That's Jersey. That's zip code for Jersey. Or area code, whatever.
Okay, area code.
Area code, yeah.
Okay.
Jersey. I'm Trent. You know, from Trent, New Jersey. You know what I mean? Represent.
Gotcha.
Always going to represent.
Okay.
So it's your boy BK609, a.k.a. Brian Keese. What's good?
Okay. All right. Well, I was wondering because I'm like 609.
Oh, yeah.
You know. Okay, so man, let's
It's
get
an
into
O in
it.
the middle.
It's close. It's close.
It's an O in the middle.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Let's get into it, man.
Let's get it. Let's good.
So Brian got a lot. We got a lot to talk about today. Obviously,
Let's get
we
it.
got Turo,
Mm-hmm.
one of the hottest things that's out right now.
Yes.
Right. So, first off, for the listeners that are tuned in right now, watching, what the heck is Turo and how do you get started?
Turo is very similar to Airbnb. It's like a car rental service. So, you know, you acquire a car and you rent that motherfucker out.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to keep it simple.
Keep it okay. Keep it super simple. I like it.
Okay.
Okay.
So you acquire a car, you rent it out.
Uh-huh.
So should somebody use their own car? Should they buy a car? Should they lease a car? What's the best way?
My personal opinion is to test the water. Like, why the hell would you jump in a pool, lake, ocean, whatever, without putting your toe in that joint and seeing what it feel like? So I say you use your own vehicle. I started off with my own vehicle, which is a 2016 BMW i8, and I popped it on there just to see what was going on. And when the numbers hit, it's time to buy more cars. You know, it was very successful. I was very hesitant with putting my own car out there because I love my baby. You know, I wouldn't even let valet dudes park my car because I know they hit curves and don't say nothing. And I know they hit that engine, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, whenever I valet my car, I'll be like, look, how much it's going to cost me to park my own car because I'm going to pay that, you know. But I think it's worth it to test the water and see, you know, and you're used to making that payment. It's your car. You've had it for however many years, so you're used to making a payment. You know, it's a no-brainer. Use your own car and see what the market is talking on. I mean.
But was this your only car? The i8 was your only car?
It was.
Wow.
It absolutely was.
So think about, okay, so you saying use your own car.
Yeah.
Right? But when are you letting people use your own car if you got to go to work or wherever, you know what I'm saying? Like pick up, you know.
I mean, well, okay, let me be more clear.
Yeah.
I did have a work car.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, and, you know, once things popped off with Turo, I did purchase additional cars to include one for me to drive when the i8 was rented out.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
How many cars did you purchase?
Bro, I'm like, man, listen, I'm the type of dude that if I like a shirt, I'm going to buy that joint in every color.
I like it.
So
all in or not.
I started off with the i8, then I went with I bought a 2020 Jeep Wrangler. Next, after the Jeep Wrangler, I bought a 2021 Mustang. After the Mustang, I bought a 2021 Jeep Wrangler Sahara for personal use.
Right.
That's the one I did a couple mods to. I think I put about 10 grand into it off the break to
I
make it look the way I wanted to look. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we popped out there with the Slingshot. So 5 cars.
5 cars. Okay, so people that's watching this is like, is he rich? How did he buy 5 cars?
No, I'm not rich. I'm not rich.
So how did you get these 5 cars?
Are you
I'm
sure?
not rich. I have good credit. Okay. Don't get it twisted. I'm not gonna BS y'all and act like I got all this bread. I'm doing well. You know,
He's
like
doing real
I'm
well.
I'm a career man. You know, these two guys, I commend these two. You know, these two are entrepreneurs, 100% entrepreneurs.
Hold on, but you're an entrepreneur too.
I am. I'm just not 100%.
That's okay.
But I know. I think. But that's why the triple threat works, because you got a 100% entrepreneur that's been doing it for years and is getting to the big bag. And then you have a 100% entrepreneur that's also been doing it for years, but that's getting it to the big bag, but just a little bit under the big bag.
I wonder how he was going.
I was looking like he bet not say I'm getting to no little bag.
I was like, yo, I hope he didn't say a medium bag.
Listen, I'm not going to disrespect my dog MVP Vic and pretend like he's getting to the medium bag. He's getting to the big bag too. You know what I'm saying? And then you have me, who's that 50-50 entrepreneur. You know, I got a couple things going on, and you know, the Turo and Airbnb for me is additional income. You know, my goal wasn't to produce income that was going to, you know, allow me to quit the 9-to-5 or the career. I mean, it's not really a 9-to-5, but my career job. Right. It was to just make extra money, like a lot of extra money, and it's doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it is that, so you talked about, again, you're an entrepreneur. Yeah. If you look at the definition, it's someone that is sacrificing some of their money for a greater, you know, amount of money, right? That, I don't know exactly terms, but that's what it is. It's someone that takes on more than usual financial risk for a return. You're an entrepreneur. So
agreed. I don't care what
case, you know, it's a case clear. You're an entrepreneur. But the thing about it is that still having a career and taking on 4 or 5 cars, like that's a lot of risk. And so how are you able to get so many cars at once? Because my thing would be like, well, why would the bank give you all this money for these different cars that you only need one car, maybe two?
So I'm going to give y'all the play. You got about 30 days before these cars hit your credit. So you need to finance. Yeah. Or do what you're going to do as many times as you're going to do what you're going to do within 30 days.
So break it down for us.
Okay.
Walk us through it.
I went to multiple different banks and, you know, provided my income, you know, and my debt to income and all the other stuff within 30 days, because it doesn't hit your credit within 30 days. So I was like, all right, boom, I'm going to get this one within 30 days. And I did that. So that's how I was able to finance the cars that I financed.
Gotcha.
Within that time frame.
Okay, so you made a clear decision on the vehicles that you wanted to get on, you know, to put on Turo. Yep. Somebody's watching this. They're like, yo, it sounds enticing. I can start my own car rental business. What cars do you suggest someone new that's watching this right now that should start off with, if they want to go out and buy more cars outside of their personal
listen, car? I could tell you so much, but I'm kind of like, what do I tell you versus what do I save?
Listen, the audience that's rocking with us, we want to give it all to them. We don't. All right,
cool. I'm gonna give it all to you. So, the key to Turo is you gotta figure out what is marketable in your area, right? So I live in Tampa, Florida. So, you know, it's hot most of the year. So you're gonna have convertibles, Jeeps, you know what I'm saying? Your minivans, your big time SUVs and stuff like that, because you're gonna have people coming in town that wanna celebrate, do vacations or whatever else. So for me, my number one top earner is my Slingshot. The Slingshot is a killer. Killer. The Slingshot goes out during the week, and it also goes out on the weekend. Okay? But outside of the Slingshot, I would say something like a Jeep, a convertible vehicle, SUV, minivan.
Okay.
But you know, there's ways to figure that out. So I know you're probably about to add something else, but I'm gonna hop in there and just go ahead and jump out there. There's ways to figure it out. So here's what I do to figure out.
Let them know
what's popping in your area. So this is what you do. You pick a date that's about let's go with a month out from today, right? And you pretend as though you're someone that's looking for a vehicle in your area. And, you know, again, you see what's available at that time frame, and you look at the trips of the vehicles that are available. And when you look at that, you look at the number of trips. Now, here's what you guys got to recognize is that the trips, it doesn't mean rental per rental. For example, so if somebody says they've had 20 trips on this convertible Mustang, that doesn't mean that car has went out just for 20 times. A trip is just a person's rental.
Right.
So it doesn't mean a day. That could mean somebody rented it for 4 days, 5 days, 20 days, whatever. You know what I mean? So you look at stuff like that, and you just pick a vehicle that has had the most trips. You look at it, and you do your market analysis to see.
Gotcha.
You know,
see if it's been 27, 37, 47
Exactly,
trips.
exactly.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's all going to depend on your area. You know, down here in Tampa, like I said, the most popping things are going to be your convertible vehicles.
Absolutely. I want the sun smacking me in my freaking head while I'm driving.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, it makes sense.
And your family vehicles. So
Okay.
Okay, so all these different types of vehicles.
Yep.
How do you know how to price them?
Two things. Well, I mean, a million things. So Turo will give you a price that they think you should price it at. Do not listen to that price. Okay?
Why not?
Because they will price your vehicle at, I'm going to say $20, $30 less than what it really should be listed at.
Okay.
Again, put the car in, put the dates in, and look at what you have listed versus what everything else in your area is listed at, and adjust accordingly.
Okay.
Just that simple. If you've got 20 Priuses and you've got a Prius and everybody else's Prius is at $60, list yours at $59. You know what I mean? It's just that simple.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, obviously having multiple cars, right? 'Cause you have a fleet at this point. How do you actually maintain? What are some tips for people that's watching? How do you maintain these cars? Like,
Okay, so
where do you park them at? Like, what do you keep with the maintenance? Like, how does that work out?
I got you. My number one tip is try to go for newer vehicles because, and again, this is if you have a regular job, you've got stuff to do to where you can't immediately shoot back and forth to your car and be like, oh, somebody wants my car, let me get it to them.
Right.
So I would say after each trip, take pictures of your car.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, pick vehicles that you are able to unlock remotely.
That's key.
You know, that way you don't necessarily have to be there to check the car in.
Okay. That's key.
You know, and try to pick a vehicle, you know, I mean, when you're car shopping, you're going to try to pick the best value of when it comes to price, year, etc. So I think that still applies to Turo as well.
So what about like the oil changes and tire rotations and like, do you have a way you keep up with any of that? How do you kind of go about that?
Well, there's two options. One, you can take it to, well, three. You can take it to your dealership.
Yep.
Now, the good thing with newer cars is they have so many different maintenance packages that they throw in for like $2 more a month in monthly payment. You know, it's worth it. Just do it. You know, I have 2021 Jeep Wrangler Sahara that I have a maintenance package with, and I literally took it to the shop today, and it's on my story. Took it to the shop today, didn't set an appointment, dropped it off. I sat there for maybe 30, 45 minutes and was gone with service and out the way.
Did you go to Jerry-O?
No.
Where you went to?
Furman.
Furman?
Yes.
I got my BMW through Furman. I like Furman.
Furman is on top of their game.
Yeah,
and,
Furman's nice. They're really good. They definitely service me really good, my BMW.
Mm-hmm.
So Nice.
But yeah, like I said, try to get something that has a good service package, and if not, there are so many services of people of mechanics that will come out to your vehicle. And again, it all depends. You got to look at the price. Look at the price versus what you're trying to do in your time. What's your time worth to you?
Right.
Do you want to go schedule an appointment and drop your car off and all this other stuff and wait, blah, blah, blah? Or do you want to call a mechanic? What is it? I forgot what it's called, but there's mechanics that you can call that will pull up to your house.
Yeah, your mechanic.
Mobile mechanic.
Mobile mechanic.
And yourmechanic.com.
And your mechanic.
Yep.
That will pull up to your house and service your vehicles.
Yeah.
And depending on how big you get in the game, you might just have to deal with that. You might just want to do that and spend the money to do that.
Right. Makes sense.
So you handle the maintenance. So what if somebody hits a curb? What if somebody gets in a wreck? How are these vehicles insured? And tell us some of your stories.
Horror stories with this happening.
To do that, hey, we gotta give them the real now.
Okay, listen. Okay, I got you. So check it. Turo has multiple different tiers of insurance that they were offered to you as a driver. I'm sorry, as a host. So you have, take for example, the 75-25 option, which means that Turo takes 25% of your profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, they offer different coverages. So if something happens, you got to pay a $250 deductible to pay for whatever happens. Or you've got I can't remember
they got like a 60-40, I think, or
right, 60-40. So the lower you get, the more money it's going to cost for you to pay in your deductible and the lower level of coverage. And, some of the coverages some of the coverages provide a rental reimbursement, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you got to figure out what works best for you.
So which plan did you get?
I stick with the 75-25.
Same. I like the 75-25. Yeah,
personally. I live life on the edge.
Hold on. Whoa.
See, he ain't had. Whoa. He hasn't had anything happen yet.
What plan do you have?
I got the what is it? The 85. Which one is it? Is it 85-15 or 90-10?
I think you have both. I think both are available.
Hold on. We gotta check this, man. While we on the podcast.
Pull it up.
We're on the podcast live. It's only right.
Hold on.
No,
I got
because everybody here has Turo. So like, what? What?
I think mine is whatever I get the highest payout for.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he bugging.
I live life on the edge.
Because let me tell you something.
Let's see, man.
Hold on. I'm about to tell you. Yeah. 90-10.
Wow.
Yeah. 90-10.
What is the deductible on 90-10?
$2,500.
Do you want to pay?
You will pay
$2,500 if somebody.
But check this out. I've had it so long now. That money's already made.
Man, fuck that.
No. You know what?
I've had incidents.
That money's already made.
I've had one incident.
I've had three.
It was very. The thing. Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about that.
I've had three.
I've had one incident, but the incident that I had was very minuscule. The person actually paid it. It cost me $100 to fix it. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, Vic kind of got my. I kind of want to change the 75 plan.
The worst
to maybe the 80.
The worst I've had is somebody smoking in the car. And what did I do for that? It's a $200 fine for that. I've had it twice. They cashed at me $200.
You at the 90?
90-10? I want all my coins.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm at the 75. And I'm thinking about at least going to the 80-20. But you at the 90. I may take a risk
if you gonna
85 because 16.25 is the deductible.
If you gonna do the 85, you might as well go to 90.
Listen, don't.
It's right there. It's the same. It's the same thing. You might as well go to 90.
This is crazy. Listen,
and I ain't had no wreck.
Listen,
and I had. Hold on. I give you my stats.
Like with your own insurance.
Yes.
Okay, you got the 1,000. You got a 500, 250, bruh. If something happened, You want to be the least liable coming out of your pocket, okay?
That's a fact.
So
I like to live on the risk.
I've had 3 incidences,
Okay,
right?
let's talk about them.
And all of them have been like a wash. You know what I'm saying? As far as their rental versus what happened, it means I didn't even break even. It was just like, okay, I lost a couple dollars versus what y'all talking about with these 90 and whatever these and shit like that. Listen, my advice to you, go with the 75-25.
Okay.
Because that L is $250 if something happens.
Adjust accordingly.
Huh?
because I started at a lower I started at that. And I moved up. I've had 31 trips.
Oh, man, listen.
31 trips.
31 trips.
No accidents.
Listen. But stuff happens. People can't drive, bro. How many times have you rented a car and was like, this ain't my car?
But think about
I'm going to do what the hell I feel like doing.
But think about 31 trips. The money you make from 31 trips.
Right.
Okay.
That $2,500 deductible is
Okay, so what you
a
saying
fraction
is
of what you
just
made.
said $2,500
That's a fraction
deductible.
of what you, and you
What
talking
are
about one
talk-
incident.
okay. So what you're saying is that you
And
have
Vic
stacked
crazy.
the
I
money.
hope y'all
Yeah,
know Vic crazy.
Vic live on the edge.
I do.
He live on the edge.
So what you said is you stacked the money that you made from the profits for that $2,500.
Absolutely. So when that 2,500 come, I'm ready. Oh,
Yeah,
here.
it comes, you paying that fee and you breaking even. Listen,
Here.
go with the
Damn.
75.
I got 3 other cars.
Man, listen. Trust me. Go with the 75-25.
I'm not gonna
So
lie.
I'm gonna jump on to the one
I'm
of y'all.
on 75-25
the next question y'all
with you.
asked. I'm gonna go with the next question y'all asked.
Okay.
Y'all asked about an incident,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
My I-8, right?
Let's talk about it.
Go fuck with my. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to curse, right? Because it's a little kid.
We're on
and shit,
YouTube.
right?
No, we're not little kids, but
So I
we're on
can say
YouTube.
what the
but
fuck I want a motherfucker
you can't
saying
say what
shit
you
like
want.
that.
Nah, you shouldn't.
But try not to. Try not
All right, I ain't
to.
gonna say that.
Yeah,
I'll say,
try
listen. So, listen. Hop on my.
Cut that.
We're not cutting that. Keep that in there.
All right.
Keep
Hop
that
on
in
my
there.
All
Turo, right?
Yes.
Go look at my reviews, right? There was
Okay.
this lady, right?
Yes.
She rented my car.
All right.
And I should have known something. This is the I-8. This is the I-8. I should have known something was up when she was like, hey, I rented this car. It's my friend's birthday. I rented it for her, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? She's not. I said, look, man, I can't tell you what to do once the car's in your hands. But your coverage is for you.
You messed up.
It's the truth, though.
You messed up. There.
I said, I wouldn't recommend you do that.
You know what you should have did,
Go ahead. What should I have done?
because I had a similar situation. I don't know why. When anybody tells me like, "Oh, I got another guest," I said, "You are not approved to have another guest until you contact Turo and get them."
I
approved."
said that. I did say that. I
Okay.
did say that. I said, but at the end of the day, just like anything else, once you leave here, I can't control anything you do.
But why'd you tell them that?
I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth.
I don't
I'm a
care
truthful
about the
nigga.
truth.
What you
I'm
mean?
not telling them. I'm putting the fear of God in them. You bet not.
They already told them themselves.
Right. You bet not get this to somebody else
That- oh,
if the rental is through you.
right.
But okay, continue your story.
I'm going to continue. So, I said, look, you do what you do, but if something happens, I need you to know it's going to fall on you. And I said to her, I said, look, this car came with 18-inch wheels. These are 22-inch wheels. They're wider. So the turns, the curbs, the parking, it's a whole lot different. Please pay attention to that. She said, okay, great. No problem. She hit me up and she was like, hey, I'm returning. This is, I'm telling you, one of the most scary things ever is when somebody's telling you they're returning your vehicle early.
Wow.
All right? Because I don't know about you, but if I got a car
keep me to the
that
end.
needs to be dropped off at 8 o'clock, I'm dropping it off at 7:59.
Facts. Me too.
I want every dollar of it. But if somebody in your vehicle needs to be dropped off at 8 o'clock and they calling you at 4 o'clock, man, listen, you need to be scared.
Yeah, that happened.
You need to be worried.
That happened to me too, though. My Benz.
Facts. Yeah. So she's like, hey, do I need to beat her? I'm like, no, you don't. You can drop it off. You can leave the keys. Just throw them in the trunk, lock the doors, blah, blah, blah. I got another set of keys and I also got the remote unlocked, so we good. I pull up to the car, and the funny thing about it is I took pictures of all the rims because I just knew. I felt it. Like, I'm like, yo, people don't pay attention to how wide these tires are. Mm-hmm. I've hit a curb. I'm not going to lie. I've hit a damn curb in the car, not realizing how wide the tires are. So I get the car. I look at it, and I'm like, damn. She done scratched up my black rims. So I call her. I'm like, hey, did you hit something? Oh, I don't know if I hit something or not.
You sound like a Karen.
She was a Karen. Bro, look at my reviews. She was 100% a Karen. I don't know if I hit something or not.
You know if you hit something.
You ever wanted to call Karen a nigga?
Hey,
Wait,
I want to be like, nigga, you know you hit the goddamn curb. Are you serious?
So is that what you did?
Nah, I said, ma'am, I sent you pictures. I told you to watch the turns. Here's the picture. I said, you need to look at the pictures of the vehicle before I gave it to you versus the pictures of the vehicle when I picked it up. They're not the same. It almost looks like you painted my damn car with whiteout. This is a pearl white car, and this is whiteout looking paint on the side of this joint. What's good? Oh, okay. Well, I'll file a claim with my insurance. Nobody's doing that if they're innocent, bro. They're not.
Facts.
They're not doing that if they're innocent. So, it's a long drawn process. Needless to say, it's been 6 weeks. My car is still in the shop.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
So had you chose the 60-40, you could actually get paid for this.
If you chose the 60-40, you're going to be paying more out of your pocket.
No, it's the opposite.
No, it's not.
No, it is.
It's not.
Check it.
Google it.
Check it.
You look it. You
So
check
listen,
it.
the more
I'll check it.
check it.
Thank you, Vic. Check it.
The more that you give them, the better coverage you get.
No.
Check it.
No.
Let's fact check.
Check that. Check it, Vic. Please.
Because he's giving the less,
Because listen,
and he has to pay more.
I'll keep it 100.
And I ain't had to pay nothing.
See, okay, but let's check it. Let's fact check. Listen,
I'll check it.
Chris,
Chris
so if I'm right, listen, if I'm right,
okay,
Brian has to do 10 push-ups on the podcast live.
All right, let's
Oh,
go.
for sure.
I'm with it.
All right, so check this. All right, so we're talking about the 60 plan, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
And you have the 75?
Yep.
All right, so 60 plan earns 60% of the trip price.
Yep.
$750,000 in third-party liability insurance. Mm-hmm. Turo pays 100% of eligible damage costs. No deductible. Include exterior wear and tear reimbursement. Includes loss of hosting income during
10
repair
push-ups right now, man.
or 50-day replacement.
Let's get them 10 push-ups
Yeah, cool.
in.
What are you talking about?
Let's get them 10 push-ups.
Hey,
Hold on.
no. The 75 doesn't include loss of hosting income.
Let's get them 10 push-ups live.
Yeah, we need that
We get
10.
them 10 push-ups. Let's
We
go.
need that 10.
Let's get it.
Hold on, let me move the table for you.
serious?
Let's move the
Hold
table.
on,
Let's move this table, man.
It's
This
on
is
there?
live
Wait a minute.
on the podcast.
Hey.
60-40. He could have got. Let's get them 10 push-ups, please.
What? I was wrong?
Yes, you were the wrong.
Hey,
It's
don't
okay.
get right.
Listen,
Don't get right. Hey, we need full
the
extension
only reason I
too.
know that is because I looked at it yesterday. So that's the reason why.
Hey, they said 15?
15?
Well, we don't like odd numbers, so you got to go to 20.
Tell your viewers ain't no bitch in my blood.
Hey,
bro.
we don't like odd. We don't do odd numbers. You got to go to 20.
You gotta go 20. Let's get it.
Man, listen.
Hey, we need full extension too.
I don't agree with this shit, but I'm gonna do it.
We need full extension.
Hey, watch
Hey, don't look weak now. Wait a minute. Don't touch that ground now. Don't touch that ground. Hey, boy, your legs look like they're shaking now. You been skipping leg day? Hey, stop skipping leg day.
Yeah, facts.
Uh-huh. What's that? Count them out now. Don't be cheating. Nah, that won't 20.
Tell the viewers that. Fuck y'all, you haters.
Don't mess with my audience, please.
Gonna move the table.
My audience.
But look,
Okay, so we cleared things up.
we cleared them
The
up.
only reason why I know that, honestly, because I just looked at it yesterday. That's
Okay.
the only reason why.
Okay.
All right. Okay. But
Go.
okay, so you've been through everything when it comes to Turo. Like honestly,
I
like
have. My Mustang, bro. My Mustang. I bought my Mustang with like 4 miles on it, bro.
that's crazy. 4 miles.
That joint went into the shop. The second person that rented it went in the shop for 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
6 weeks.
Okay, so with that, would you encourage somebody to go buy a brand new car to put on Turo?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, please.
Because of all the, I mean, you got to weigh your options. You got to see what they're going to offer you. And with that Mustang, the options are ridiculous. I got paint coverage. I got like little retarded damage coverage, service plan, all that. It's a 2021.
So you
Low
didn't pay no
miles.
money for the damage?
Huh?
You didn't pay nothing for the damage?
I mean, so here's the tough part. When you're doing that, people will say, I'll pay for it myself, right? You got to decide whether you want to let them pay for it or you want to go through Turo. You let them pay for it, there's no deductible. You go through Turo,
Makes sense.
there's a deductible.
Okay. So I'd rather go straight to them.
I'm going through Turo
Really?
every time
Why?
because I feel like going through Turo is like going through a real insurance company.
Okay.
Because if some other shit comes up, Turo covers it.
Okay.
The said person may be like, oh, cool, 1,500, bet, I'm with that. But when the repair shop finds out that this fan is fucked up or this is fucked up or that's fucked up and the price goes from 1,500 to $3,000, said person is like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's not what I expected. I only hit a curb, and I thought that this was it.
Okay.
So you wouldn't get the full quote prior to telling them the price?
Again, the full, well, okay. So let's back up. So when it comes to dropping a vehicle off and the quote that you get, a lot of times the initial quote that you get is based off of the cosmetic damage that they can see from the outside.
Okay. That makes sense.
But once they break your car down and see whatever else, and you knowing your car
Yeah.
and driving it, and you hear this little tick or whatever else, you know, you're like, hold on, this is
Other stuff that needs to be. Yeah,
Right.
okay. That makes
Right,
sense.
right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we talked about pros and cons, obviously, but listen, I want to talk about money.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause at the end of the day, you wouldn't be in this business if it wasn't
absolutely.
profitable,
Now listen,
right? So let's talk about money. I mean, I know that I made a lot of money,
a lot.
but lately, right? You said that your most profitable vehicle has been what?
The slingshot.
So how much does a slingshot generate a day?
Bruh, the slingshot is a problem. Okay?
A good problem.
And the reason why the slingshot is a problem is because despite the year, you're going to pay between 25 and 30 bands for a slingshot.
Okay.
Unlike any other vehicle. Other vehicles fluctuate, right?
Right.
Slingshots are the demand is higher than, you know, the amount. The amount of vehicles that are available.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you buy a 2021 Slingshot SL, SL is the middle model.
Okay.
You're going to pay about what, 30 bands? About 30, right?
30?
You're going to pay about 30 bands for it.
Okay.
The average person is going to look at that like, what? $30,000 for a Slingshot? But people love the Slingshot. It's a convertible motorcycle, kind of. You know, it's a little bit of both.
Makes sense.
So I would say the Slingshot brings in, on the low end, between $200 and $300 a week. You know, you do the math between whatever monthly payment versus what you put down versus whatever else. You know, profit is anywhere between $500 and $1,000.
Wow. That's insane.
Or more.
Yeah.
Depending on what's going on and what you price it at.
Right.
I price my vehicles on the lower end because, not to say I don't care about them, but it's like, this isn't my daily vehicle. You know what I'm saying? This is a moneymaker for me. So where you have people, there's people on Turo who have Slingshots for $200 a day.
That's crazy.
I don't need $200 a day.
Yeah.
So my Slingshot is priced at anywhere between $125 and $150.
That's still good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still real good numbers. I mean, I can only imagine people that are renting that out that want to go to the beach and stunt.
Yeah.
Go downtown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you talked about the vehicles insured. We talked about the different plans and stuff like that. How do you actually go out and file an insurance claim? Because you've done it. After you said you're going straight to Turo, you're not messing with regular people.
I mean, the insurance claims are easy and hard at the same time. Like, Turo is just like any other company. Their goal is to make money.
Right.
So they're not going to cut corners when it comes to paying attention to what you did as far as processing your claim. So you need to pay attention to everything they ask you to pay attention to.
Okay.
You have to have your pictures. You've got to have your rulers out to measure whatever. You've got to make sure that you did what you were supposed to do as a host. You know, a lot of people do remote check-ins and don't pay attention to the fact that Turo requests you to require a photo of your renter's driver's license.
Which is so weird. Because
It's weird because they do it when they set up their account.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you need to do that within 24 hours of said person's check-in. You need to ask them to provide a photo of their driver's license.
Think about this. Y'all all rented a car from Enterprise Budget, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, we go to the front desk, right? We show our license.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But when we leave, we have to show our license again with the reservation. I mean, that's typically when the exit, before you leave the exit.
I get why they do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's why I get why they do that. I've had this happen on numerous occasions with the Slingshot. You'll have someone rent it out, and they'll be the person on file with Turo. 9 times out of 10, I'm not trying to be sexist, but it's a female renting it for her man. Her man's the driver. The man will drive it, have a good time, but he'll be the one dropping it off.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's had whatever issues with his license.
Bad credit, maybe don't have the money to put it on the card.
But that's what happens. That's what happens. Nine
happens
times out of 10, it's not the
lot.
person who's picking it up. This person is dropping it off.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It does.
And that makes a lot of sense. That makes total sense. So with Turo being the Airbnb of cars, why do you see that this can be so profitable for someone that's watching this that's just brand new to investing or just want to have a entrepreneur
I'll
business?
make it this simple for you, right? How much does Enterprise charge you to rent a, let's go, a mid-level vehicle, right? A Honda Accord, Impala, something along those lines. Enterprise or Budget or whoever else is going to charge you, I don't know what, $70.
That's $70 a day.
$60, $70. Somebody on Turo is going to charge you like $40. When you come to your exotic cars or your higher end cars,
Premium,
your Corvettes, your convertibles, your Mercedes, your BMWs, Enterprise, and all those other companies are going to charge you between $500, $600, $700.
Yeah.
Somebody on Turo, they might charge you $300.
Yeah. So I'm just lower than that sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's your opportunity to get this exotic car or a better car at a cheaper price.
Right. Makes sense. I mean, and I tell people, listen, with Turo too, is that because of COVID, right? Because of, it's so funny. I just got a notification from Turo just now. Somebody just trying to book my, but anyway, because of COVID, people don't understand rental car agencies make money selling cars. They had to sell off their inventory because of COVID. Nobody was renting cars. You got to stay at home. What you going to rent a car for? Right?
Right.
So with that, there's not a lot of cars available.
That too.
So
that too.
It's like, hey, if there's not many cars available, I don't want to be in a freaking, nothing wrong with the people that are driving this, but I don't want to ride the Ford Fusion.
Right. Like what's the car that they offer you the most? They offer you like those little
what I'm saying?
2-door joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to be in a Passat.
They try to give you the Kias.
I try to be in that respectfully.
Right. So it's like Turo, you can get that low level vehicle or the mid-level vehicle that they're offering on most rental companies' websites at the low level price.
Right. Crazy. I mean, think about it. But even being able to rent your i8.
Yeah.
How much you got to price that?
I think I had it depends. It depends on whether it's during the week or weekends. But still, at the average range is about $299.
But still, that's what I'm saying. $300 a day.
$300 a day.
Miami, $550.
You're gonna pay
$550 in Miami a day, easily.
$600 on Enterprise for a BMW 5
and that's the
series.
thing. You're not gonna
series,
get that,
bro.
And that's another thing.
You're not gonna get that from your
car.
regular rental car companies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like me and Vic both have Teslas. They don't even offer that as an option. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's the other thing that Turo offers you different options.
Yeah.
There's so many different options.
Facts. Right. Facts. So that's why I love Turo.
So what's the end goal? What do you foresee in the future with the Turo game? What's your goal? What is your end goal, your vision?
So at the end of the day, I've always wanted to own an exotic car rental business, right? So for me, Turo is a stepping stone towards that. It is let me start off with, I didn't start off with a Corolla. Not saying that the Corolla is the bottom level, but it's let me start off here and see where this goes so that I can get to the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, the Bentleys, you know what I'm saying? So Rolls Royce.
That's on the way.
Yeah. So, and even when I do get to that point, it will still be vehicles that I put on Turo because, again, I feel like Turo is it's a better platform than your budget rental, your Enterprise, and all these, I can't think. What's the other? Dollar, yeah.
All this other stuff.
Thrifty, you know what I mean?
Oh, I forgot about Thrifty.
I think it's a better opportunity to get a nicer vehicle at a lower price.
And, at the the recording of this, right? They just announced that they opened up an IPO. They're hitting the stock market.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got to make sure we invest. We'll be the first time investors.
Absolutely.
Right?
Because
everybody here is all-star hosts. We got to make sure we.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So them opening an IPO, for anybody that doesn't know, that's them having be able to go public and let people invest in the company.
Agreed.
So I think that when that happens, when us regular, well, we're not regular, but regular people, us entrepreneurs can also invest a stock into the company.
Yeah.
Right. I believe that that's going to open up more money for marketing. More people are going to know we are in the forefront of this.
Agreed.
At the end of the day,
we are on the forefront of this.
like, think about if we would have invested in Amazon when it first was just when they were only selling books, and we wouldn't even be doing this podcast because we would be on somewhere on the Maldives or something on the yacht.
Hey,
you know
for real though. Hey, shout out Jeff. Hey, you doing your thing,
know what I'm
dog. You doing your thing.
Like, so us coming in on the early side of Turo, right? That's crazy, man. I don't even talk about it. So yeah. So when they go public, man, it's going to be crazy. So anybody that's watching this, listen, follow the gems that Brian gave, because
absolutely
you definitely want to get into Turo now, because when they go public and everybody starts investing in it, the sky's going to be the limit of where it's going to go.
It's about to blow up. And, I'll be real. I didn't create a course, but there's a course available by Mr. Detroit Mobile over here.
We do have a course.
There's a course available.
We do have a course. And
with lots of gems. Lots of gems.
Yeah, lots of gems. I wanted to, I'm like Vic. I want to streamline the process. And all my brothers here, we've talked about it. We've shared the gems and nuggets and things like that. They've all implemented their business. And I was like, we had a conversation. We was like, you need to bring that to the world. I'm like, damn, I guess I need to. So yes, we do have a course. I do have a course, carrentalcashflow.com. You can definitely go there, car rental cash flow. We're going to have the description in the show notes to talk about how to really streamline the process of getting your rental on Turo and making money. Now, what we have put together as well, too, okay? We've done FaceTime sessions. He doesn't even know it, but we put this together, okay? For me personally, I have a course, a training course that's going to show you step-by-step on how to get started. But I know also that you might have questions. You may have some. I just want to just get a couple questions in. I'm not going to do that. My guy Brian will, though. It's going to cost you, okay? 15 minutes, $250, 15 minutes with him. All right, we're going to have the links in the show notes as well as in the description if you're watching on YouTube. 15 minutes is $250 respectfully. But if you have some questions, again, I have a course, but if you have some questions, you're like, I just need a couple questions just real quick. We're going to have a link also in the show notes for you guys. Tap in with Brian. Again, it's $250 in 15 minutes. You're going to get a lot of value. But if you want to ask him specific questions, how do I get started? What insurance should I do? We're going to have a link somewhere below here so you guys can check that out. And you can ask some questions, jump on a FaceTime. It would be more for Instagram FaceTime.
Absolutely.
For $250 for 15 minutes. We're going to have that as well in the links, show notes, as well as description of YouTube for you guys to tap in as well.
Absolutely. And a lot of you guys are looking at, like, what's the purpose of the course if you guys giving all the gems here? We did not give you all the gems.
Just a little bit.
There is so much more to tap into. And a lot of you people are like, what's the point of buying a course with you when I can research this stuff myself? And we're trying to tell you the purpose of paying for courses, masterminds, etc., mentorships is there are people like us who have done this that are going to teach you and show you things that are going to help you save money.
Facts. Time, too.
And time.
There's stuff that we can show you where we can automate messages sent to your customers on the front end and back end. It's worth it. Trust me.
Yep.
It's worth every penny.
Absolutely. So listen, we could go on hours and hours of talking about this. Obviously, like I said, myself, I have a training course available for you guys. You know, if you want to watch videos and get step-by-step training, we're going to have links to that, CarWinnerCashflow.com. Again, we're going to have a link to Brian as well, because I've even learned a lot from him. I actually bought my i8 because of this man. Like I literally was like, I got a Tesla, I got a Jeep, I got all this stuff. And then Brian showed me the numbers. I said, say less. I went straight to the BMW dealership and bought it as soon as I was like, whatever it is, just give me the free bit.
I made $2,500 in this first week.
You're crazy. All right. So if you want to talk directly to him, again, it's an investment. It's going to be worth your investment. We're going to have a link also in the show notes and in the description of YouTube for you to also check that out. So we appreciate you tapping in. If you guys love this episode, make sure you tag us on Instagram. We're going to have our Instagram handles as well in the show notes and in the description of YouTube. Also, make sure you subscribe. That's important because you'll get notifications once we go with a new episode every single week. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Share it with your friends. Tag people into the episode to let them know, because here's the thing. Sharing is caring. All right, so if you guys are watching this, you're taking notes and you get some information from this, you're getting valuable information from this, make sure you share it out with your friends. Don't just be stingy with the information, because if I was just stingy with the knowledge that I had, or Vic was stingy with the knowledge he had, or Brian was stingy with the knowledge he had, this podcast wouldn't even be available.
Absolutely.
Right? And so that's why we created this. We want to give it out to the world. So do yourself a favor and help your friends, your colleagues, people that you know, share it out with as well, too. So listen, I'm your host, one of your hosts, one of three of your hosts, Chris Bruce, a.k.a. Detroit Mogul. We're going to end this podcast real soon. Detroit Mogul, again, Chris Bruce.
MVP Vic, a.k.a. Vic Gurley.
Brian Keese, a.k.a. BK609. That's BEEKAY 609. Y'all need to rock with us. Triple threat, baby. Shining off.
Until next time.
Next time. Peace.
Peace.
I used to look for the rainy days to help wash my pain away. Now I don't make a payment late. New estate got my name on the gate. That's what my granny call amazing grace. Let me park the IA so I can take the rave. You can do it too, it just start with faith. Mix that